Well, I can only tell you that he was my boyhood idol, and I was working in summer stock producing, and I took a chance and called him. And it's kind of a long story. I'll try to shorten it. He worked all his life. He never stopped working from the time he was 3 years old. And he just liked to work. And he had been one of the greatest stars in the world, and then had gone into a decline, not because of talkies. Buster made it into talkies. He had other problems, marital problems, drinking problems. But then he came back. He made one of those great comebacks and continued to work. So I called him. A guy owed me money who was doing a book about him. And I said to the guy, give me Buster's phone number, will you? And he said, oh, I couldn't do that. This was the Players Club in New York. But I couldn't do that. That wouldn't be right. I said, well, you owe me $350. Give me the phone number and I'll forget the debt. He said, oh, here's the phone number. So I called Buster, and I said, is there anything you'd like to do in summer stock? He said, yeah. I said, what would you like to do? He said, Merton of the movies. I said, well, I'll read it, and I read it, and Buster had seen it in 1919, and it was an 18-year-old boy that he wanted to play, and he was then close to 60. So I was trying to think what to do, and I was standing again at the bar of the Players Club, and in walked the man who wrote Merton of the movies, a fellow by the name of Mark Connolly. And I told him the story, and he said, oh, we must make everything work for Buster, anything for Buster. So he said, gave me a letter that I could rewrite the play in order to have Buster play Merton. So I said, oh, that's marvelous, Mr. Connolly, but I said, what about it was co-written with Kaufman. He said, oh, don't worry, Kaufman's in a coma. He's never going to come out, which was true. So we did this, and Buster turned out to be every boy's dream of what his idol should be. He was just a wonderful human being, hardworking, extraordinarily creative at that age. He never stopped changing the work. Nothing was ever quite perfect. You tried constantly to go for perfection. Although it was never there, you went for it. And it was just wonderful. It was the most creative period of my life working with Buster. I worked with him for the last 15 years of his life. And then when he died, his wife, my wife and I sort of looked around, looked after Eleanor for many years. We just came back from the Buster Keaton Festival in Iola, Kansas. They have a big festival there every year. We've been doing it for about 20 years. So anything you want to say about Buster that's good, say it. Anything you want to say bad, I'll shoot you.